Roger was in severe pain as he sat in front of me asking for prayer. Part of him was hoping for healing, but another part of him was filled with doubt. His desperation to try anything came from the suffering he had endured for the past 35 years after his motorcycle was hit by a drunk driver. As he described the accident, the look on his face revealed the sadness and strain that had accompanied a pain-filled life. He said the accident blew out his spine, knocked out a disc, partially severed his leg, broke many ribs, and punctured his lung. Over the years, Roger had showed some improvement, but he believed many of his prayers had gone unanswered because he still endured a level of pain that severely impacted his quality of life. He still had to deal with severe back pain and impaired mobility due to the fact that one leg was an inch shorter than the other. When I asked him to describe his pain level on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being most painful, he said it was always a 15. Over the years, he had stopped taking prescribed pain medication because of the toll they had on his body and mind. Roger did not know what else to do and was at the end of his rope. The doctors claimed there was nothing else they could do for him besides prescribing more pain medication. He feared facing the disappointment of asking for prayer if healing didn't happen. He was at the point where he questioned his faith and wondered whether God wanted him to be healed. I told Roger that these were normal responses from an abnormal amount of trauma and suffering. I told him God was also saddened he was living this way, and God wanted Roger healed even more than Roger did. For people like Roger, who have endured a succession of disappointments, I first ask if they still want to be healed. If the person says no, or is hesitant to answer, I ask why they feel that way. I examine their answer to see if they reveal other issues that may be blocking their healing. Since Roger said yes to this question, I told him we would work together to discover what was blocking his healing. I asked Roger to recall his accident and to picture Jesus standing between him and the accident site. I then commanded the emotional, physical, memory, and sight trauma to leave Roger in Jesus' name. As Roger released the trauma and forgave the other driver, I asked God to adjust Roger's legs. As we both watched, his shorter leg lengthened. He could feel his hips automatically adjust, and his back pain completely disappeared. Instantly, Roger was able to stand, walk, bend, and touch his toes without pain. Every hurt or wound is a trauma to your system. Regardless of how you're able to relate with Roger's experiences, I do know that life is still full of hurt and pain that can greatly affect your body, physical, and soul, mind, will, and emotions. You must realize that any wound or hurt you receive, emotional or physical, is some form of trauma to your system. The word wound is the English translation of the Greek word trauma, which is why I use the word trauma throughout the book and when I pray for healing.